Okay, hey guys, welcome to today's live. What is today? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, fun day, work day, over day. Anyways, you guys, we're going to go over the timeline today. But before we get started, of course, if you haven't hit that like and share, please do it for the missing and the murdered in this particular live. We're talking about, of course, Jack and Lily. Charmaine's here, Kent's here. Thank you guys for being here. There. Did I say enough years? Thank you guys for joining. Don't forget, use your punctuation properly, or else Streamlabs slaps you in the butt there, and we'll sit there and act like you're trying to post a link, which I know you're not, but it's just because of your punctuation and that. Just a quick shout outs, of course, we'll do. Hi, Anon. How are you? Hi, Teresa. Hi, Anne. Drippy's in the house. Kimber. Tina. Mama Angie. Trees. Hello, Trees. And little Mama D Canada. Hey, Jackson. How are you? And on. Oh, Charmaine, by the way, I was trying to find a Joe, but honestly, it's like I'm going to have to look in the. He's going to have to send you like his Google thing on that.
Who?
Because I was trying to look for him before the live. Joe. You know Joe?
Oh.
Yeah. Mark blocked him, but we'll give him one more chance on that. I mean, he's a good guy, but, you know, he has to tone down the sarcasm a bit on there. Sailor Moon. How you doing? Kent's in the house, obviously. And Paul. Hi, Paul. By the way. Okay, so anyways, you guys, we're going to go through, like I said, Daphne and, of course, Shanna had done this timeline. And we know that yesterday that Janie was speaking a lot in the private chat room. Again, I want to say always first and foremost, I'm here for Jack and Lily. Always first and foremost, okay? And again, when family members are speaking, I consider that to be what I call liquid gold. Whatever you think about, again, what they're saying, if it's truth or not truth, however you take it, for me, I just look at everything that comes out regardless, because somewhere in all of that noise is going to be, more facts and more truth and stuff like that. Janie, again, was, like I said, last night, or yesterday and last night, again, once she knew how to use that mic, she's been using it. And honestly, it's an easier way to talk, to be honest with you. It's just, you don't have to sit there and worry about all the typos and, wearing your fingers out. So it's just easier. And she's been in there as well today talking. I really haven't had time to listen to any of it because I was working and stuff like that. But I want to go through this timeline now because Shanna and Daphne have updated it. And again, thank you, girls, for working so hard. You guys, it's like I kind of say, like, why fix the wheel if it's not broken? And normally I do a timeline myself, but you guys have done such a good job at keeping up to date with it. I really haven't had the time. And not going to lie, I'm not the best paperwork person in the world that way. Usually I like to show my timelines through videos and kind of, like I said, all the different instances, but I want to appreciate and thank you guys. And I want to thank everyone here, of course, that is here for Jack and Lily. That's why we're here. So before we get started, let's see. Do you want to say anything at all, Charmaine, before we get started here?
Just about the whole benefit to the way Janie was able to speak out, and like a number of things. But for example, we were all wondering what happened, especially after Derwood came forward. We were all wondering what exactly happened that morning. Was Malaya at the road? Did she have metal with her? When did she come out of the RV? There were so many questions. But one of the things that she said yesterday matched what Daniel had told me first in my conversation with him. So now I am convinced that that is the accurate account of how Jamie.
Charmaine, your mic's having issues.
Is it?
Yeah, all of a sudden you went wah 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 on there, so it's okay. Let's see if it continues. I'll let you know.
Okay. So basically, if y'all remember, Daniel told me that he went out to the yard and Malaya was out there on her phone. She wasn't calling for the kids, but when he started calling for the kids, his mom woke up and came out. And then that changed over time. But then Janie came out yesterday and said the exact same thing. She heard Daniel calling for the kids. She woke up and came out. Now I am positive that that is what happened that morning. So do you see what I mean? Even if things get mixed up, the truth comes out somewhere. And I mean, you guys can believe it or you don't have to believe it, but I personally believe that that is an accurate account of what happened that morning for that little piece anyways. Do you know what I mean? So this is how we can take what family members say here and what they say there and then down the road, and we can kind of piece it together to get a better idea of what actually happened.
Yeah.
That's all I really have to say.
Hey, everyone. Okay. Kent, did you want to say anything?
No, not really to add anything to it. Just I plead with people because even today, be kind to others. Don't attack anybody. Don't be making statements to anybody that are trying to help. Everybody that is out there wanting these kids returned are Jack and Lily's army, and we have to respect them for that and what they're doing. And they don't need any other drama.
Yeah. On there. Well, I was gonna say, Lana and Bree, of course, have been working so hard, and others as well, on the fundraiser. There is also they're going to be a fundraiser event on August 9th. But again, I'm really looking forward to receiving my bracelets, my keychains, my deco. And then I, like I said, bought into the block. This channel is not raising money. So anyone that has heard that, we are just, of course, promoting for, the kids, Jack and Lily. Again, Belinda is behind this, which is a paternal grandmother. And this is the only fundraiser going on that is supported out there, and nothing else is. This channel is not promoting any sort of fundraising that you're giving this channel money for a fundraising event. That's all about Lana and Bree and all the people that are behind them, that are, helping them out to do it on their free time and stuff like that, and they're working their butts off out there. So appreciate again that they're doing it for Jack and Lily. And again, I don't want to hear any naysaying about this fundraiser at all. If you don't support it, don't. Okay? But we're not going to sit there and give backlash to these beautiful hearts out there that really just want to find answers for Jack and Lily. And that goes for anybody. Again, keep your comments respectful. And if not, well, then you'll find your way out the door as fast as you came in, because that's the channel that I am running here, a channel that does have respect for each other, right? I know that sometimes things can go off the wall a bit. That's kind of natural. But, I just tone it down. We're not here to go against each other. We're here to, of course, bring answers for Jack and Lily. Even if you don't like someone, block them, okay? Just all you have to do is just block them if you don't like what they're saying. So before we get started into the timeline, again, we'll just quickly show 1 second here. Whereas I got too many screenshots here. Here it is. Okay, so we'll quickly show this again, okay, guys? And hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. Oh, Belinda's in the house. Hey, Belinda. Again, if you guys haven't heard me say this enough, I love Belinda. She's such a warrior. She's been the only one that has been fighting vocally in the public for Jack and Lily, okay? And for me, I have mad respect for Belinda because all she ever wanted was answers for Jack and Lily. That's always been my focus. No one can take that away from me, no matter how hard you try, no matter how many people are trying to disrespect or whatever. Again, I honestly don't care at the end of the day. I really don't, right? People are going to do stuff like this all day long. I would literally have to have a care level of caring, and I just don't. I care about the missing and the murdered. That's what I care about. That's where my passion is. And it's about the awareness that, of course, we can bring. But, anyways, so just again, just be nice, okay? Um, Jack and Lily, the unsung heroes, fight to get them back. Admission is free. Some games and goodies have a small cost to support the cause. Please join us for a special community day fundraiser honoring Jack and Lily Sullivan and the incredible search rescue heroes who have been fighting to bring them home. August 9th, 2025, of course, from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Westside Community Centre, New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. Again, anyone can reach out to Lana or Bree, and I'm sure you guys on my community post up there, again, is Alana's email. So if you have questions about it, just ask, okay? Also, don't forget that the vigil will be on August 2nd. That will be, let's see here. Geez, we're at 2 months and 12 days. So that will be like the 3-month mark. That's just crazy, to be honest. I can't personally believe that it's this long already. And it's really sad. I just want to say this, okay, too, as well. Most people that know this channel know that I've always been following the Sebastian Rogers case and Seth Rogers, the biological father. It's kind of a parallel case to this case in a lot of ways. Crazy too that the name Proudfoot store was near the Highland Mall, and Christopher and Katie Proudfoot would be the biological mom and the stepdad. But Seth was on his live yesterday. And for Seth, it's been a year and a half of no answers to what happened to Sebastian Rogers. If you guys don't know that case and want to learn, you want to talk about another case that's very intriguing. But the thing is that truly it's sad because you have this father, this biological father, absolutely devastated beyond repair since Sebastian went missing. Wants his son back, wants answers. Katie and Chris Proudfoot think they're on vacationing right now, as a matter of fact. But anyways, it has a lot of parallels to it. That one's out of Tennessee and Hendersonville. So I just wanted to say to Seth, you know, of course, prayers to you. Your love and support for your son is just, you know, beyond words. You're authentic, you're genuine in everything you're doing to literally find the answers for your son. So anyways, prayers to you, Seth, on this one, and Sebastian. Okay, so, okay. And again, hey, everybody. Don't forget right here, help find Lily and Jack website. That's where you guys can go to that one. Again, there's the QR codes. There's a little video on there. All these things that these girls are doing to bring awareness to Jack and Lily. And again, that's where the focus is. Wasn't Janie rude to Belinda? Then a few days later, she grabs the attention in her tears, and I don't buy it. I don't trust Janie or Daniel. Again, everyone to their own thoughts and opinion. And I believe absolutely she was and all that. But, you know, I know she's talked about it in the chat as well. But honestly, this live tonight, I want to really get through this timeline, guys, because, you know, it's a long one, and just go through it. And then I haven't had time to look this thing over. So if there's any inconsistencies, I'm sure between me, Charmaine, and Kent, and you know, that know about this case, you know, can pick those out if we see them. But the girls, again, have worked so hard to bring a timeline, and I appreciate that. I'm going to have to take us off screen in order to show it. Plus, I'm going to have to take the banner. I'm going to take the banner off as well. Actually, I'm going to take, no, what did I do? I don't know what I did. I don't want to go there. I want to take off the media assets. I want to take off this. We will take off us. And then I'll remove this. And then I'll add this to the stage. And this is as big as I'm going to bring it, guys. So it's more like that we'll just be talking about it. I'm not sure. Shami, I'm just going to ask you this now. Are you wanting, do you want to start reading and we'll kind of take turns for a bit and talk about like certain things here, you guys?
I can. I just, you, I'm looking at it right now on my computer and yeah, okay. I mean, I get it. I get how it's laid out here.
Let me see if I can do this.
But I want to make it clear, though, like Sunny said, we haven't fact checked this. So if there's any discrepancies, I don't want anything that I read, anything that comes out of my mouth to be misconstrued as my version, my story, you know what I'm saying? Like these are not my words. I don't mind reading it whatsoever, but this is not coming from me. You know how you do it, Sunny. I don't want to be, yeah.
We're just going through the timeline that Shanna and Daphne have done. And again, it can change. It can absolutely change depending on what's being said. It can absolutely change. But this, we'll just start with it, to be honest. Go ahead, you guys. And thank you guys for being here again. Okay.
Okay, you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, April 30th, the kid's not in school. Returned from where approximately 10:30 p.m. Malaya, Daniel, Jack, Lily, and Meadow doing laundry at Grammy's, and they get back at 10:30 p.m. Janie and Lily. Oh, this is the source. Gotcha. Okay, so then May 1st, family in town around lunchtime. We learned that Janie in chat, Jack and Lily's army. Sometime in the afternoon, children seen in New Glasgow. We heard that from law enforcement, Daniel and the witness, i.e. Daniel's coworker. Approximately 4 p.m., Janie hears the kids come home from a store. Kids were playing in the backyard by the swing set, digging for bugs. And that also came from the Jack and Lily Army chat. We're not sure what time that Janie was raking gravel out of the bank for a pool area. The area where Malaya was standing, a footprint was also found there. We also learned that from Janie in Lily and Jack's Army chat. 8 p.m. that day, Malaya puts the kids to bed. We learned that from Belinda's text with Malaya. 9 p.m., 9 to 10 p.m. maybe, Janice is seen filling a pothole on the driveway. Daniel was building a chicken fence. We learned that from Deerwood, maybe neighbor Karen. Not sure where this came from, it looks like. 11 and 12, just nothing there. Then we've got May 2nd, massive empty time gap between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. I guess wondering who was there. And then is this 1 a.m. on May 2nd? Nothing. 6 a.m. on May 2nd. Janie wakes up. Janie has a cigarette and a tea, plays on Facebook. We learned that from the chat, the Jack and Lily Army chat. 6:10 a.m. Derwood claims on our channel that Janie's brother called and woke her up, and that she's missed the call and went outside to return the call and caught Malaya on the driveway. Derwood, also known as Darren, live on our channel, said confirmed twice by Janie because he got it wrong last time by 15 minutes. 6:15 a.m. The kids were marked absent at 6:17 and 6:18 by Malaya. Daniel 2 Belinda, and Daniel says he has proof in his email. I do remember that. I have to mute for a second, Sunny, so.
Okay. Do you want me to take over for a minute?
Sure, I have a train going, so.
Okay. Okay. So Ginny sends her, something to her brother on Facebook. Brother texts at 6:24 a.m. Ginny is in Lily and Jack's army chat. Okay. So again, you guys, I want to reiterate this. Janie's been answering a ton of questions for people in the Jack and Army's Lily and Jack's army chat there. She did the interview. She feels like a big weight has come off her shoulders. And basically she's just saying, ask me a question and I'll just answer it. So that's what she's been doing. And this is where this information coming from again. Just going through the timeline. Does it make it factual? Absolutely not. Are certain pieces going to be? Absolutely. So let's see here. Janie feeds chickens at 7:00, she says. Janie and again, back to the army chat for Lily and Jack. Janie plays on Temu. Oh, I've spent enough money on that. Janie's voice message, Facebook group. Okay. 7:30, school bus drives by. Daniel in chat, July 12th, when he said that in Lily and Jack's army. 7:45, we don't have nothing. Let's see here. Okay, 8 a.m. Children last seen. Audio fades out near to find clear audio. Radio chat between officers morning of May 2nd. Oh yeah, the transcriptions for the audio there, guys. 8:15. Children heard by Malaya playing in the other room. 8 to 8:30. That's Malaya to Belinda in a text, which Belinda had said to me. So that's from, like I said, Malaya and Belinda's chat there. 8:30, nothing. 8:45, Janie has her call with her brother Ron at 8:48. Then calls kids. Daniel needs to confirm where it was said to go shopping from. So Janie didn't know anything about that. She said that, basically the family went out and that, but she doesn't know like what they got, or nothing like that. She just knows that they had gone out. Janie hears the kids outside. A few minutes later, seen Malaya by trailer with Meadow. Janie on July 1st in chat. I'll read a couple more, Charmaine, and then you can take back over. Janie told me she confronted Malaya about the kids around 9 a.m. and Daniel comes out and Malaya, can't mute your mic if you could, please.
Well, can't you have to mute me?
Charmaine, can you mute him for a minute? It's just because you get that squeaky noise.
Well, I'm typing in the comments. That's what you're hearing.
Okay, yeah, but it's coming through your thing. So type in the comments, but mute yourself. Or do you need us to mute you?
I muted him.
Okay. Daniel comes out and Malaya says kids were in the woods. He checked their forts and came down in 30 seconds. He left on a trike to head up the road, and Janie went up through the woods looking. She met Daniel up on the trail behind the home, and neither saw anything. They both went separate ways to search, and she made her way searching back to the property and heard sirens coming through. She said she gave this statement to the police right away. Janie to Belinda, direct quote from. My mom was, this is Daniel, what time? Question mark. My mom was napping and can hear outside because she heard me yelling that morning for the kids. Malaya was playing on her phone. Mom came out and she said Malaya had a look of worry in her eyes that my mom was home. Daniel to Charmaine in message shown on It's a Crime and Shame. And so shortly after 9, the dog heard barking by whom? Logan on live call with Sue, hidden in the fog. Sue TikTok, need handle added. Yeah, I've posted that. If you need it, I'll give it to you there for sure. I'll read these two more. Malaya and Daniel wake up, each claim to ask the other if children can be Heard, search inside, search outside. Daniel enters woods in cabins. 30 seconds. Malaya has the instinct to call 911. Okay, that each claim. Okay, I see what they're saying there. M's first interview with Daniel, sit down interview with CBC. At 9:40, children went missing at 9:40. That's according to Malaya to Belinda in text. And Daniel returns from cabin. Malaya calls 911. Daniel then goes out to search again, and the RCMP are on the scene when he returns. Find source. Was this said to Charmaine? Confirm. Not that wasn't said to Charmaine. Not how it was said there.
No.
No.
And he has since, or not he, what was I going to say? So he doesn't go out to search again, from my understanding. He wasn't allowed to go back out to the woods while the RCMP were searching in that day. And that's what we saw with them sitting on the bike and that kind of stuff. They weren't allowed to re-enter the woods. And we heard that on an interview, the one where Daniel kind of gets a little bit choked up at the end, where the guy in military uniform wouldn't let him go back in, if you guys remember that. But no, that's not what was said to me.
Right, exactly. Yeah. There was two versions there about the whole phone thing with Malaya and what happened there.
I think there was more than two.
Well, with the phone, there was him coming out of the woods. And now, again, this is where Darren had said on the live that Daniel had lied because, to protect Malaya. And because the first version was the one where what Jamie basically said, that kind of corroborated what he said with you, right? The second version was that he came out of the woods and Malaya was on the phone calling 911 versus the first one where originally when he said that Malaya asked him to call 911.
Or if she should call.
If she should call 911. And so there's two versions there. Now, again, Darren did say to Daniel that he did lie about that one because protecting Malaya. But anyway, so that was the gist of those two anyway. So go ahead, Charmaine, keep reading if you wish now. Well, actually, let's quickly unmute Kent for a second and see if there's anything that he's coming across that he feels is different. Maybe we'll do that.
Okay, he's unmuted.
Kent, is there any...
Just the fact that Janie corrected the time on what people are saying, fill in the pothole, but that's not what she was doing. She said that she was leveling ground in front of her RV from the bank gravel because they were looking at purchasing a kiddie pool. And she said it wasn't at after dark. So dark at that time of May starts around 7 o'clock. So it wasn't as if she was out there at 10 or 11 at night filling in gravel.
Correct. Okay. Was that it for now on this stuff?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, Charmaine.
Okay. So we're at the 911 call.
Yeah.
So 10:01, the 911 call was made. Are you able to mute Kent or should I? Okay. So 10:10 to 10:20, RCMP arrives on scene. Who else was on the scene? Who returns to the scene? When does Earl and Justin arrive? Both Earl and Justin live down the road, accessible by trail or road only. Okay, not 100% sure why that matters, but okay, good questions. Good questions. No clue. 10:30 a.m. Malaya's mom Cindy arrives with, wow, we're naming names. Between 10:15 and 10:30, Daniel to somebody, that would be me. Daniel didn't tell me that Cindy arrived with anybody. Screenshot on visible it in this channel. Want to confirm with someone from Malaya's side. 10:45 a.m. nothing. 11 a.m. vulnerable missing persons advisory was issued by the RCMP. 11:33 a.m. Cindy receives a missed call from Malaya. Screenshot unclear if there were previous calls. If there are previous calls on that morning. Cindy, at 12:01 p.m., Cindy says she's on her way. That's another screenshot from her phone. And somebody sent these to Lana to share, right? The purpose of these screenshots that we showed yesterday was to share them with you all. So, okay, 1:20 p.m. approximately, estimated time of arrival of 22 members landing from Colchester. That is from the dispatch audio. 3:32 p.m. Janie receives a call from Malaya that she didn't answer because she was out searching with Justin, talking with a woman and child on an ATV. Confirm in follow-up questions timing of this, and then we heard that one from Janie in Lily and Jack's Army chat. At 4 p.m., Daniel is accused by Malaya's relatives of having involvement. And that came from Logan and Cheryl, Malaya's friend. 4:55 p.m., RCMP confirms multiple searches underway. 5:27 p.m., broadcast intrusive alert was issued extending counties by the RCMP.
Yeah, do that one last, and then we'll stop again and clear up anything.
These last two on the second?
Yeah.
5:39 p.m., Janie receives second call from Malaya and is asked to return. She can't discuss why over the phone. That was also from Janie in the Lily and Jack's Army chat. At 6 p.m., the RCMP deployed dogs, drones, and air support, and that is from Nova Scotia Fire Emergency. So that is a rundown of May 2nd.
Okay, so Kent, yourself, anything you heard there that you wish to say about or correct?
No, I'm trying to catch it and then remember when you're done, but if it's obvious, then I'll. But if I can't remember, then I just won't say it. So.
Okay. Stepfather Daniel Martell accused by Malaya's relatives. That was also on an interview that Daniel did when Daniel said that Malaya's family was accusing him of having something to do with Lily and Jack missing, of course. Let's see here. So right, Wade has been said. So that the first name only. I've said his actual name myself. Once, I think, maybe twice. So yes, so Cindy arrives with Wade. Daniel, a screenshot, visible, it's a crowning shame. I think, isn't that, wants to confirm with someone from the Malaya side. That one was talked about, screenshot. I'm not recalling the screenshot, but I'm sure that it maybe there is. Well,
For what?
probably.
Sorry, for what?
I'm just trying to where it says Daniel screenshot visible on it's a crime and shame. And it could have been, but I don't think that we ever said about 10:15 to 10. Like we talked about it on the live, but
Yes, and
that
Daniel never said anything about Wade being there. And I mean, and I've never heard you mention his name, but we purposely have not mentioned his name, like as a pair, like the two of us. We kept out those screenshots that mentioned his name.
I think that one was shown Charmaine at some point. This one, I'm pretty sure it was, and because there is a screenshot that talks about this, so I know that there is. So this would have been weeks ago. Anyways, bottom line was still Cindy does arrive with Wade, her partner, I guess we'll call it, and this is where Daniel had said that basically Cindy Murray had arrived, like the RCMP arrived at 12 minutes, and then basically like Cindy arrived within a few minutes after arriving and stuff like that. And then again, but then we saw screenshots of, Cindy Murray saying that she's on her way, at 12 o'clock, that Lana had given us that one and the emergency call one that we showed the other night. And, at the end of the day, again, a lot of this stuff, you guys, again, it's just information. Does it mean it's fact? Absolutely not. Can it change? Absolutely it can. But this is kind of like it's kind of like the Sebastian Rogers case. You're going to take the information that's given by the family members, regardless, and you're just going to try to put in a timeline and then see what meshes, what makes sense. If the timeline in the morning still doesn't make sense, obviously, there's something to look at there. But again, it's not fact, right? We don't know that it's fact. It's just coming out of family members, and we're seeing stuff from both sides. So just take the information for what you will, to be honest with you. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Charmaine, on this one, if you want.
Sorry, what time are we at? Are we just starting May 3rd?
Yeah, right there. That's where it goes to next.
Okay. 3:30 a.m. on May 3rd, police showed up at Belinda's home to talk to Cody. I remember this. We learned that from Belinda. 7:57 a.m. There's a public advice to stay out of the woods. Can we mute Kent? 10:30 a.m. Belinda arrives with her sister to the search area. And then at 3:30 p.m., Belinda leaves, done searching, says goodbye to Malaya. As Belinda is leaving, other family members start arriving. I'm not 100% sure who started arriving. Belinda's in chat, so let me know if she says stuff, so I'll stop talking. I'm not on this. I'm on my document, so I can't see chat. 3:48 p.m., blanket is found on Lansdowne Road. That's also in dispatch audio. However, now I can't remember, but Janie clarified this. There's Lansdowne Road and Lansdowne Station Road. I can't remember which one
I do.
Was found
she
on.
said it was Lansdowne Road. It wasn't Lansdowne Station Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 4 p.m., the emergency alert is reissued by the RCMP. 4:30 p.m., there's an argument between Cheryl and Janie. Not 100% sure when were these arguments. They need to confirm. There's also a briefing, search and rescue quarters. Malaya leaves and sits in the ambulance at 6 p.m. That is, there's a link here for CTV News Atlantic. 6:30 p.m., Daniel Martell does an interview with CTV News Atlantic. There's a second argument, maybe. Logan's mom and Cindy, possibly. Not sure what time that was. 6:45 p.m., Malaya leaves with baby Meadow and mom Cindy and cuts off all contact with Daniel. That comes from Logan and Cheryl and CTV News, but it also came from Daniel. When did Justin and Daniel film finding the rest of the blanket? Where the hell did this come from? We talked about this yesterday. The RCMP asked Daniel to show them where the rest of the blanket was because he told the police that it was in the garbage. So the RCMP requested Daniel to go and show them that blanket in the garbage. That's where that came from. Is there another?
That seems to be it. Now, the thing that's missing from here, I can see, is that there's nothing about Haley's. And, you know, like regardless, it's still a family member speaking. And so there's nothing about Haley's, stuff about accusing Daniel back, that argument that happened. Because there was supposedly 2 arguments. Or altercations, whatever you want to call them. But there's nothing here about Haley at all. And I'm curious why. So Shanna, maybe you can message me on that because it should be in here. Anything that the family members are saying definitely should be in here if there's a part of it. So Haley's should count as well for that. I just don't know. Well, like I said, it's their timeline. But definitely Haley's, to me, timeline should be in here as well, because you just want to put out what they're saying, right? Whether it's true or not is a different story. Bottom line is you're trying to make sense of a timeline by everything that's being said. Let me unmute Kent. Kent, anything to say down there, buddy?
No, not really. I'm just answering some comments and the one that I was doing right now, I was replying to Mama Angie, and it was just that in today's chat, Mama Angie, if you scroll back, you were able to see those 2 names that I said in the chat listed as admins of the screenshot that was posted in the Jack and Lily's Army chat group. So that just saved me from typing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that when I look over this again later, I'm sure
there's stuff. I think there's stuff there that we discussed that's not in there. She seems to at least left out a lot of the stuff that Darren had said along the line, and some of it is there, and some of it's confirmed by other people, and some of it's not there. So I just don't know when they finished putting this together and sent it to you. That's all. That they just might be missing some additional.
Today. Look
Yeah,
at, it's definitely a progress in work, for sure,
yeah,
right?
exactly. It's not set in stone.
Absolutely not, right? All we're trying to deem from what's being said is that when a family member is speaking, regardless, it's not fact unless, like, it's not 100% conclusive. It doesn't matter if it's coming from Janie or Daniel or Haley or Logan, Malaya, right? It doesn't matter who it's coming from. Bottom line is, it's their own words, and that's the only best timeline that we can gather, because it's not like the RCMP are going to be like, hey, you know what, let me just share it. They're not going to happen. So it's no different than the Sebastian Rogers case. Almost all of Sebastian Rogers' case is going off of Katie Proudfoot's timeline. Does it make Katie's timeline true? Absolutely not. But it's kind of scrutinizing the information and just trying to get a better understanding. The most important thing here, obviously, is answers for Jack and Lily. That's the most important part that we want to bring awareness to. So again, but the secondary part would be all of us wanting to understand a truthful timeline on there. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. One sec. Oh, hi, bed crime stories. How are you? No one knows date of CBC interview. Are you talking about the one that's coming out with Janie and Darren? Lost Family. I included the argument. Well, I don't see anything about Haley for the argument. Argument with Cheryl and Janie. Um, I'm talking. I'm talking about when Haley talks about Daniel's. Like her version of events of what happened at just after the press conference. There's nothing about Haley I've seen on this timeline. No, I'm not. I'm pretty sure. Second argument, Logan's mom and Cindy, right? I think that there could be a lot more things to add in that spot myself, um, to the timeline of that. But definitely Haley's not in there about what she had said about Daniel. I mean, it was her narrative. Don't get me wrong. That's what she wanted to talk about. Whether it's truthful or not is another story, right? It could be tit for tat. Again, it's turned into quite a bit of a circus, but this shouldn't be a hard timeline regardless. If everyone's telling the truth, which they're not, then this timeline would have been pretty easy to understand, but it's not. You got Malaya, who's basically Belinda has shared two conversations of Malaya's, and other than the interview, that's it, right? Besides watching her come up and down on Facebook, that's pretty much about it from the Malaya side over there. A couple family members are starting to speak out a little bit. But again, right? Do we believe them? Do we not? I mean, it's the best timeline we have is listening to everybody. That's all we can do. Okay. Yeah. So CBC. So we all know that CBC takes about, like Belinda's was about 10 days or something before it came out. If not longer, but somewhere around there. Did you go through Janie's interview? I'm sharing on Facebook so they can jump on. You understand that question?
I don't. I saw it. I was wondering if that was if that was something like, did you share Janie's interview? I'm sharing it on Facebook so they can jump on. No, we haven't shared any of Janie's interview on that Facebook chat. If that's what you're asking, I don't want to understand or misinterpret what your comment meant, but absolutely share it. Get them to jump on here.
We talked about what Janie said, but we didn't actually post any screenshots or voice recordings from Janie's interview. If anybody did that, it was somebody else other than Sunny and Charmaine.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy, I mean, I can confirm what we all read in an article, but as far as we know, all devices were, seized and they were searched. Everything that they needed to do the thorough investigation was taken. Absolutely. That was in an article and also in an RCMP press release. So I guess, yeah, confirmed. The part of that, though, and I think that you're also the one that says the RCMP said that they brought in cadaver dogs. No, I can't confirm that because that, to my knowledge, has never been said. RCMP. So, no.
I'm done, sure.
Like I said, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm having an off day, so if I seem like I'm filled with attitude, I'm not. It's my head. Don't take any offense, honestly.
Anon, I see that you're asking that it takes weeks and months to receive Cell phone records? Yes, I would say that, what's the word? Forensic analysis of the information retrieved could take months, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in stating this, but if Daniel's around, he might be able to confirm. Daniel said that they did take his phone and they gave him a loaner phone while they had his phone. Now, does he have his own phone back yet? That would be a good question for Daniel to answer. I suspect that they do. I suspect they dumped all the information off of them, and then their forensic analysis would go through the phones in their own time.
So,
Thanks, Amy.
Tammy, and I don't want to have a one-on-one conversation here with you, but I'm wondering, you're saying that the RCMP called you 2 days ago? Darren asked us to call. Did he?
Yeah,
I don't
do you
know.
remember that?
I mean, maybe he did, but my point is, and like, are you a dog handler? Is that why they called you? Are you like a cadaver dog handler? Did they call you for that purpose? Because otherwise, why did they call you? And did they tell you that cadaver dogs were already used? And if they have,
That's new information.
not just new information. It's like, why you? Why you and not Daniel or Janie or anybody else that's been asking about cadaver dogs? Forgive me, please. I'm literally wondering, why did they call you?
I see an old email from Tammy, but I don't see anything about talking about that. I don't see an email. You just take a look. No. Oh man. I know.
Go ahead, Sonny, or
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Ken.
all I can speak to that about Tammy then calling you back or whatever is I can tell you that both myself and Sonny called the RCMP. I believe it was probably about 4 weeks ago now. And I know I haven't gotten a call back yet, and I don't believe Sonny has.
No. Unless I have looked at my phone and maybe somebody did and I just didn't notice. I don't really pay attention to my phone too much, to be honest with you.
But you
But again,
haven't actually been talking to them to say that you have gotten a call back.
I mean, I've called them, like I called 2 times, like one to the Stellarton and then one to the Major Crimes Unit. And I left a message on that one. But I never heard anything back myself. We had Sue from Hidden in the Fog that talked to a corporal that called her that we talked about on the other live. Now, Nova sent me this. This is when the alert came out on the 3rd, and it was at 5:27. But now, Ken, there was 2 alerts that came out.
Yes.
I remember. So there was. Do you remember? Like, so. Nova
One was
says,
around 1:30 or 2:00. I didn't receive it myself, but my sister did. She was in Glasgow at the time of when she got it. And then the other one was right around, would be between 4:30 and 5 on Saturday.
So,
and that's the one that went to, I believe they were aiming it to go to most of Nova Scotia, but I can't confirm the coverage area. But I know all of Pictou County and Colchester County was supposed to be in it.
yeah, it's Nova says that it came out at 5:27. So that would be the secondary one, not 4 p.m. is what she's saying. on there. So I'm just going by what Nova had sent me in the back here in Messenger. And I mean, I like I said, that wouldn't be hard to find, to be honest with you. Let's see here to find out, I should say.
And like I say, the first one, because like I say, I know I'm 25 minutes away. I didn't get it, and my mother didn't get it. But my sister got it because she was in Glasgow. That was I think they would have chose certain cell towers to bounce off, and anybody in that cell tower coverage would have been the ones that got that first one on Friday afternoon.
Do you want to put this rumor to rest? Who was the supposed roommate I heard some chatter about? That was
There is no roommate.
Yeah, that was false. Darren was living with a woman in Trenton at the time of when he was trying to find out information and asking questions. And as everyone knows, he stated that people were starting to figure out where he lived, drive by the house and whatnot. So the person that Darren was living with said that you have to leave. He told us that 2 or 3 times that the woman that he was living with was getting madder and madder each time that he seemed to be drawing more attention to himself. And it came to a point that she said, I can't handle this, you have to go. So that got mixed up with somebody was saying that he was living with Daniel, but I don't know how that came about. That's not true. And it wasn't stated as a fact by him or anybody else that I know of.
Yeah, that came about just I think people reading into things and making their own narrative. What they think in their head fits their own theory. They make stuff up and then they bring it to YouTube and off it goes. Now, Sunny or Kent, can either one of you remember? I cannot. If Janie cleared up whether or not she heard the kids that morning, or if it was.
Yeah.
She said that her dog heard the kids, but someone asked her if she heard or said if she heard like Malaya or whoever was saying that, and she said no, she didn't say that. She said that her dog heard the kids and barked once, and then she got up.
Well, now correct me on this one, guys, because I do recall Janie saying that well, she used the word heard and seen, but I think that she goofed when she said seen. But she said about them being around the playground that morning. Do you recall that? She was talking about a board, something about a board.
Yeah, no, that wasn't that morning or anything. She was just talking about one of the times that she seen them in the backyard at that time. Because she said that whenever the kids were out in the backyard, she could see them from her window.
Yeah. I'll have to go listen to it all again. I listened to a lot of it yesterday, but honestly, there was a lot of messages, and I couldn't be asked to try to listen to all the messages today at the moment. I'm freaking tired beyond belief. I had a shitty sleep, and well, I mean, it didn't help, right, Belinda, that I was sitting there listening to messages for probably about an hour because I was messaging Belinda. And of course, Belinda,
Sorry, no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and Belinda's like me. Like, I'm a very. I have if I have 4 hours sleep, I'm lucky, you know. But it was so hot yesterday, and so I woke up at like 1 o'clock or whatever it was, and I was starting to listen to all the messages, but there was a lot said. So I like, there's got to be a day that I just need to go through it all myself, properly as well, because I want to hear everything, right? I don't care if there's a drop of water coming out of the back tap or something like that. I want to hear it all, right? I like to know all the information, of course, because no matter what, it's always something. It's part of it, regardless. So I have to go. There's a it's a lot of work. So yeah. Oh, we gotta put this back up though.
Janie didn't say that. Durwood said that Janie said that, but that was a misunderstanding. We'll put it that way.
Which one? Which one?
That
About hearing the
Janie
kids?
heard Lily scream.
Okay.
Hearing
Okay.
Lily squeal that morning, according to Janie, she did not. And that was just something that Durwood misunderstood.
Okay. I know, and that's
When
what's
we
hard.
screamed, I think everybody would have heard it.
Yeah. Now, Karina says that the first time Durwood came out and said 100% ironclad, I called the RCMP about it. They just called me back about it yesterday. Interesting on there. Karina, if you do by chance want to share it privately, you can send me at crimeandshame@gmail.com. It's nothing that I'll put out there. It will absolutely be private. If you do wish to share what was said, that's totally up to you, though. And Gay, that's what I want to know. She said on another live, they told her they brought in the who did? Who said? Cadaver dogs were never said that they were brought in. I know that. Never been said.
I think she's talking to or about Tammy Burke.
The cadaver dogs were never said. Like the only thing that was ever said about cadaver dogs is that, like that they were considering bringing them in.
They said they could be the next step.
Next step, yeah. But
And
that's
that
all we have.
would be the major crime unit on the day that they were calling off the search in that interview. Does Janie know Durwood or Darren? Well, she knows of them, yeah. Like, that would be like saying, does Sonny know Cher?
No.
And I mean
Yeah,
the famous ones. Like, they know one another. I don't know if they're friends or not. I can't tell you that. She never said that. Nobody asked that.
well, she did say in the chat that she didn't know of Durwood at all. Or Darren, we'll call him Darren. That she didn't know of who Darren was. That
Till Daniel explained, yes, that's
yeah,
right.
until Daniel. So, but yeah, so yeah, so I just wanted to I'll clear that up. So, Janie had said that Darren had come to the property and she didn't know who he was, and then basically told Daniel that this person Darren is here to see you. And so, other than that, Janie didn't know of Darren at all. Got Malaya's side there, and then she also said that I think she made the comment like that Darren didn't judge her. He was from the Malaya side, and he was searching for answers. Yes, he got things wrong, of course, and that's what creates havoc. We all know that when you're hearing it third hand, always does. I know he was. I do always want to say that for me, Darren, regardless, is always he's in it for Jack and Lily, regardless of what we think about if you guys feel like he's like of course on the side of the Martells or whatever, Mackenzie's. Bottom line is I still feel like his heart's in it for the right reasons, whether you agree or disagree. Yes, it always happens when people are repeating stuff, and there's a lot to have been said, and Darren was saying a lot of things. It's bound to get actually mixed up in the Darren type of thing. It's bound to happen. And again, that's what creates the confusion. That's why it's always truly best if the person that's saying it is actually saying it, instead of it getting mixed up, because you guys know it just goes instantly right across the internet, etc., etc. And then that becomes part of it. And people don't realize that maybe the clarification was over here because they still remember it over here. But anyways, so bottom line is Janie didn't know who Darren was, but she felt comfortable with him, she said, because he was searching for answers for Jack and Lily, and she felt like she could trust him. And that's what I remember her basically saying.
Darren might be awful quiet, but I can assure you that he hasn't been told to shut up to help the investigation anyways. I talk to Darren probably once or twice a week, and all I can tell you is he feels that he took it as far as he could. He made the full statements to the RCMP about what he believed had happened and what he had found out and who he had talked to. And now he feels the same way, is that Malaya and her mother would be the other ones of the family members that could talk and shed light on the situation, or the RCMP. And he's very frustrated because he thinks that the RCMP should have had the case figured out by now. If he was able to go as far as he was, and he's not even getting any training or anything like that. So that would be Darren's point of view right now, is he's just taking it as far as he can, and that's why he's not online anymore, because he disagrees with the fact that Sonny seems to be hard on Daniel and the rest of the YouTube channels that he was talking about. I think he's had worse disagreements with them. So that's
Absolutely.
That's why he's remaining pretty quiet.
You know what? Yeah. Go ahead. I'm hard on Daniel. I'm coming to your thing. 1 second. Yeah, thank you. I'm hard on Daniel because Daniel's the one speaking out in the forefront. And I could sit here and do a video of many inconsistencies. And, well, I call them outright lies because obviously him telling the story. So why wouldn't I be hard on someone that's not telling the truth? And that Darren has admitted that he's lying. Why would I not? I don't have anything with Malaya. Daniel's the one that keeps putting himself out there. He's the one that keeps changing the stories. I'm not. I'm just listening. But I'm not here for the favoritism of Daniel or Malaya. You know, honestly, whether even Janie, Darren, again, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Absolutely. But if someone's going to come out with inconsistencies, why wouldn't I point that out? Am I sitting here trying to go, here, let me stroke somebody's ego? Or am I here for Jack and Lily? So if there's a case going on that involved Jack and Lily, and the children were last seen with Daniel and Malaya underneath their care, am I going to sit here and pussyfoot around if somebody's going to put out two stories? Of course not. I'm not here to take sides of Daniel or Malaya. I'm here for the truth. And if the truth comes in forms of different family members talking, then so be it. You know, I'm not here to be their friends, per se, right? Meaning, I give credit where credit is due. I appreciate Janie speaking in the Army chat and saying, you know what? You know, yes, I didn't go to the first vigil. I was feared that all these reporters, and I wasn't ready for it, but I'm going to go to the second vigil and stuff like that, right? Meaning, whatever her truth is and whatever she wants to put out, she says, right, to everyone talking, like, I've done the interview will come out. This is my truth. And any questions you want to ask me, then answer. Whether or not somebody takes that as genuine or not is up to every individual that has listened to it themselves. Like I said, I'm not here to try to sugarcoat anything or anybody. I will always give the maddest respect to Belinda because she deserves it. because she has been putting out whatever information that she feels might help give answers to Jack and Lily. But I will give mad respect to Darren for fighting for Jack and Lily. And I will give respect to Janie for coming into the chat and opening up. That's what you guys want. Am I not right? Even if you guys can't hear it, all we can do is just relay it. Since, of course, the rules are you don't take screenshots and you don't share the recordings, right? But that you can talk about it. So again, Janie wants to talk? Absolutely. If she feels like that's a safe space to talk and she wants to tell her truth, if it's truthful, right? Then, of course, why wouldn't you ever want to talk about that or share that? Of course not. But Daniel has clear inconsistencies. So I get mad with anyone when we're talking about 2 children missing and somebody is, sorry, it is what it is, lying, as Darren said, and he spoke up for Daniel. Doesn't mean it came out of Daniel's mouth, but according to Darren, Daniel lied about the blanket. Daniel lied about the phone thing, right? I mean, we already played you that clip of Darren saying that. But bottom line is, I'm not here to take either one side. And if Daniel feels like I'm harsh on him, well, then start telling the same thing instead of different stories. Because again, it's about Jack and Lily. It's not about Daniel. It's not about Malaya that way. Whatever truth comes out, from them, it's the best timeline we can get. And that I can appreciate. Whether it's Logan, Haley, Cheryl, it doesn't matter. If it's a family member talking, that's the best timeline that we can use until perhaps this case is solved. But this will always, makes no mistake about it, be about the missing and the murdered. And this is about Jack and Lily. And that's what I care about. Simple. That's it. Period. Full stop. For that. I will always appreciate anything that's coming from family members, even if Janie doesn't like me. That's fine. She doesn't like me or this channel and thinks that I'm the worst one out here. Absolutely fine. Right? I have no control over that. Again, my life goes on. I'm going to cover the case. It's going to be about Jack and Lily. If she feels like it's a safe space in there talking and she wants to say, hey, you can use this and let everyone know what I'm saying, then fine, so be it. If she does that, if she doesn't, then so be that as well. Every day, whatever. If somebody comes out, so be it. Anyways, that's my preaching on that stuff. I'm here for Jack and Lily, and that's what I care about. Full stop. Kent? Charmaine?
Fair enough. And I mean, there's a lot going on in chat, but I
Like
don't even
what?
Somebody was saying, like, I can't believe that this is a conversation that's happening every day. We're just talking in circles. Oh, what else do you want us to do? We're keeping the information. Yeah, we're discussing the information we have to keep the case out there, to keep Jack and Lily at the forefront. We don't have much new, and we're not going to share the video clips the voice clips and screenshots of Janie's chat interview. So all we can do is talk about the information. We're keeping the names out there, and we're not going to get into the drama of beach selfies and new girlfriends and shit that just doesn't matter. So,
I'm sorry, but on that one. So get off your tough. Whoever said that, go create a YouTube channel, talk about Jack and Lily all day long, and the thing is that there is new information. Janie's been talking for the last 2 days. Thank you very much. If you think that we don't have any relevant information, go watch another channel. Okay? Could care less about that. People like you that said something like that, and I don't know who it is, but again, you're useless, right? All you're doing is beaking off at your mouth. If there's no information, why are you following the case? Why are you even following it right now? Why don't you sit back on your couch, eat some potato chips, and then when the case is solved, come back to it and go, oh, now here's some information. It's the stupidness of comments like that. I mean, really. Anyway, that's what I'm going to say there.
Okay, and I'd just like to, I mean, let's discuss this one.
Which one?
And I know that people believe that she handed the kids off to somebody and they're somewhere in Canada alive and well. And man, I hope you're right. But riddle me this. If that's true and they really believe that, why aren't they hanging posters? Until Daniel found his stapler yesterday. 9 weeks in, he's going to start posting missing persons posters. Why? Why have they not been looking for these kids all this time? Check all of their Facebooks. Every one of them.
I agree.
Why?
I agree.
I don't think, I'm not talking about Janie because I believe Janie believes that. I do not think Malaya believes that, and I do not think Daniel believes that. Just my opinion. Durwood, absolutely. I believe he believes that. Janie, 100% wholeheartedly believes that.
I agree.
Just my opinion.
When it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, meaning you can talk about it on the news and give tributes all you want, but it's like put up or shut up is how I see it. Lana's out there. She was out there searching the other day, right? Okay. And at the end of the day, no, I thought that this was so wrong. So here's a group that's willing to use up every ounce of their love and time for Jack and Lily. And she got ignored. She got ignored by Darren, who was supposed to meet up with her and then didn't. She messaged Daniel. He didn't want to talk to her either, obviously. Why? Why not? Why this beautiful souls are out there fighting to raise money, to put out posters, and nobody wants to get back to her or make false promises to meet up with her? Make that make sense. Sorry. Again, I'm here for Jack and Lily. I'm just a no BS type of person, and I know Janie is too, and maybe that's where we clash, and that's fine. So be it. I'm feisty. I'll speak my truth. If Janie feels like she's speaking her truth, let her speak her truth. I'm not gonna, like I said, roll over and kiss anybody's ass, because it's about Jack and Lily first, not egos, not BS, not finding a stapler and going, well, yeah, somebody just dropped me some off now. No. We're not there. We're not the family of Jack and Lily, but we have passion and love and care. So why wouldn't you take that added extra help of people that live in Nova Scotia, people that live around Nova Scotia in that area that want to help find Jack and Lily? Why would people avoid that? This is where I get pissed off, because put your egos aside. Put your whatever crap aside, BS aside. No one wants to hear bullshit answers. They want to hear, what are you doing for Jack and Lily? If you care so much, what is it you're doing for Jack and Lily? This isn't directed at any one person. It goes to both sides, right? We don't know so much what's going on Malaya's side. We can only take it, whatever. But we have seen no action coming out from that side. It does make you wonder why, of course. Does it not? It's strange. So if they're not doing anything, maybe it's because something is known on that side. Don't know, right? Like Janie said in the chat, it's not like RCMP aren't going to sit there and tell one side or the other what the other side's doing. It's not going to happen at all. They're there to play their game, get answers, and find out what happened to Jack and Lily. And that's all we want. But why would someone run away from the help of someone fundraising for Jack and Lily that's willing to do things, and whether it's the children are alive or not, that there's buddy benches or their money goes to the children? I wish and pray for a miracle for Jack and Lily. Absolutely.
No, Shannon, we are not going to post any information from that interview. We are going to discuss what we heard and what we read, but nothing is going to be posted. Nothing.
No, and I'm sorry, guys, but the thing is that if you don't have your word, you have nothing, right? If that's the rules, if Janie specifically said, you know what, I would like to put out some of those things I talked about, then so be it. If she says that, or even if Daniel, no, Daniel's our messages really, but either way, the rules are that unless the family member that's speaking says that they can do it, the rules are no screenshots, no videos, but that we can talk about it because, like anyone, right, it's freedom of speech. Now, again, we did share the screenshots that Lana gave us. One of them was watermarked, the other one wasn't, right? Which means that somebody from that group took screenshots that one of them didn't have the watermark of that group. So that's a big no-no to do that. But again, that stuff does happen. It's not like it doesn't happen. It happens all day long. But again, one of them had a watermark, the other one didn't. We expected, of course, if we put it out there, that people are going to screen grab it. But the other ones didn't have a watermark, the ones that were put out there. That means that people are breaking those rules. And I'm a person of my word. Have I broken it maybe in my life? Probably somewhere. I don't know. I don't go out of my way to ever betray somebody's trust. Darren and me have had conversations. I record everything, okay? I do. Mostly just so I can listen to it back again. Am I going to put out those recordings that have additional information to stab him in the back? Absolutely not. Because I'm not that type of person. I gave my word, right? Type of thing to Darren. And so those conversations will remain. So, sorry. If family members are going to talk or people are going to talk, that's more the information that you had when none of them did, besides Belinda. I will add more details to the arguments, including say, yeah, I think that that's wise. Again, honestly, it's just giving the versions of events. Any family member speaking at all, to me, I don't want to speak for you guys, of course, Shanna and Daphne, but to me, for me, I would put anything on there that involved timeline and that what Haley has projected, because again, all of it doesn't mean it's factual. But if we saw Daniel on an interview and he said something, that's factual. That came out of his mouth. If Daniel has comments on the thing, again, that's factual. But certain information, because that's conversations, right? We can't share Janie's conversation unless she allows it. So again, then you take it with whatever you want to take it with. Take it as truth. Don't take it as truth. I'm not going to sit here and try to twist words of Janie up here of what she said. Again, if she said something and it was clear as day that she said, like I said, doesn't make it truth to me. It just means that Janie is telling her truth as she says it. Doesn't mean I have to believe it, but I've listened to Janie, I think Darren was correct, like in a lot of ways. I don't want to say because I don't know Janie, but I do want to say, and I'm sorry, Kent, I'll let you talk in a second here, but I do want to say Janie's kind of a no bullshit type of person when you listen to her. It's kind of like just that person that's like, you know what, I'm tired of this shit now. I've done the interview. You know what? I'm ready. People want to ask me questions. I might not have been ready before, but I'm ready now. Kind of come at me, in a sense. And that's probably where we both get our feistiness from, because I'm just a tell it like it is type of person myself. And if I tell you I'm telling the truth, then I know I'm telling you the truth. So anyway, Kent, let me go to you, buddy.
Well, I just want to respond to Anne because she's asking us to read Malaya's mind on and suggesting why would Malaya risk losing metal? Well, let me ask you the same question. She was under a CPS directive to stay with her mother, then left her mother's place and went with her family in Shubenacadie. She had to report her location, and when she did, CPS went the next day and took custody of Meadow, temporary, until everything goes by, because she is now in CPS custody. So you're asking us, in this scenario, why would Malaya risk losing Meadow? Well, I ask you, why did she risk losing her when she still had her?
Right.
We don't know that stuff because she's not talking, and that's her prerogative. I got into the other on-center chat today, and I don't know if Trees is still here, but me and Trees went back and forth for a little bit, and I said, well, we just don't know. And Malaya's not obligated, or Malaya's mother, Cindy, is not obligated to talk to any online personality or YouTube channel or anything. She is obligated to talk to the RCMP. And this other person in the chat was saying, well, she's telling everything she knows to the RCMP. And I said, well, great that you know that, but we don't. And I feel that if she was telling everything to the RCMP would have solved the case by now. So that's just where we're at. We don't have all the information, and we're trying to put pieces of the puzzle together to best represent what might have happened. There was somebody in here earlier saying that there's 3 scenarios. I believe there's only 2, because I never believed that these kids were in the woods. 1, the kids unfortunately are no longer with us, and they'll be found somewhere outside of the search area, because I believe it's been searched well enough that if it was disturbed ground, they would have been found. Or 2, you look at the other scenario and say, is it plausible? Now, how it happened, that's another question. We don't know if it's completely along the lines of Darren's or Janie's or whose story, but we will find out, not necessarily in the detail that everybody wants, but when charges are laid or persons are taken in for further questioning, we will know what scenario to lean towards.
Yeah. And yeah, and that, sorry, are you done, Ken?
Yep.
Okay. I want to say this in chat. Now, Shannon, I want you to clarify with me, because I'm kind of unsure what you're meaning, Shannon. Lillian, when you said, have you gone through Janie's messages or whatever? Like, so I've listened to it, but I'm not sure what you mean when you say, well, tell me when you're ready and I'll post it. I'm not sure what you mean by that, to be honest with you. So if you could explain what you mean by that, because in my head right now, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, if I
That's
go
the one that I mentioned earlier, yeah.
Say that again?
That's the one that I mentioned earlier, and who's been saying, are you going to share the conversation? And I said, no, we're not going to share the conversation.
Yeah.
Going to talk about it? No.
I don't know. Yeah, because I'm confused. I've never said I was going to post it. We would talk about it, but I'm not posting it. So that's absolutely no. And if you're here to try to spin it differently, well, simple as that. Then you're out of here, because I'm not playing a game. I'm not playing where somebody's trying to put words in my mouth and stuff like that. You know what? All I ever want to do is speak the information from the family members first and foremost. Okay.
There you go on the screen, Cindy. There's your answer.
Yesterday, you said it would take you some time to go through the interview from yesterday. Yes, to go through it. Yes. Okay. So let me clarify then. To go through it, I want to listen to it. I need to listen to it all. I need to understand more of the timeline in my head, the one that Shanna and Daphne have put together themselves. I see things there myself that I would have put in or differently in certain parts of that, because obviously it's not my work, it's somebody else's work. And we all do things a little bit differently. So, yes, I said I would go through it. Yes, I would discuss it. I would discuss anything to do with the timeline. If it's trivial stuff and stuff like that, that doesn't matter. I have no interest to that. What I have interest in is just trying to lay down the best timeline, like Daphne and sorry, Daphne, Shayna. I wanted to say Shelly for some reason. But anyways, are trying to do as well. That's what I meant by going through it. I'm not posting it. So let's be clear on that. What I wanted to do was just take the important information of the timeline and talk about it. That's it. Okay. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, right. Again, Daniel, Malaya, and nobody has been charged in this case. There's no proof at all that someone did a criminal offense to Jack and Lily. I mean, again, the corporal said to Susan, there's either two cases here. It's either in the woods or it's criminal. Simple as that. Now, whether you feel like underneath Daniel's or Malaya's care that was negligence on their part, absolutely, right? They were in charge. It's one of those things is that, if you're with somebody and then that friend of yours decides to rob a bank and stuff like that, are you going to be accountable too? Yeah. But that's just it. Daniel or Malaya or nobody else has been charged with anything. So at this point, it's all speculation. We don't know. Now, someone said we can keep talking in circles. I believe it was someone who said that. Yeah, we can talk in circles. I mean, at the end of the day, more information keeps coming out each time. And we can talk in circles all day long. But until the truth comes out or someone perhaps is put underneath arrest, that's what we're going to be talking about. It's going to be because you're going to try to keep figuring out what the timeline is. Is this person lying? Does this make sense? And I'll tell you right now, probably no matter what, the information that is out there now, like let's say no more information comes out, there's going to be two sides to this case. There's going to be the criminal act of either Daniel or Malaya or both together, or it's going to be that Malaya has hidden them. That's going to be mostly almost everyone's line of thinking. And to sit there and try to figure that out when you don't have the truth coming out properly and you got mishmash versions regardless, right? Because we know that the truth isn't out there. We know it's not there. If so, this case would be solved. We would know where the kids are, but it's not out there. So yeah, we're going to bring awareness. We're going to talk about Jack and Lily. I'm not one of those ones that likes to sit there and keep going over the same bullshit every single night and day like that. I don't work that way myself. I like to have discussions, and this channel does have a lot of information, to put out there. And if people appreciate the family members speaking and stuff like that, then so be it. And if you don't, so be it as well. Again, this is about Jack and Lily, and to me, understanding a timeline, but Jack and Lily, the awareness. And if somebody had something to do with it and somebody sees it and they call in and it leads to the arrest of somebody, so be it. I just see this as we're covering a case for Jack and Lily. I do a ton of extra lives because I just want to keep the information out there for Jack and Lily. I want to stay up to date with it, keep the awareness out there. A lot of it, I've said this many times, Belinda's never asked me to, but she has my heart because she's a fighter and I'm a fighter. I'm going to keep fighting for the awareness for Belinda that she's asked for, to keep Jack and Lily out there, to keep the content, whatever it is. She doesn't like drama, but drama is part of this. It always will be part of any missing person cases whenever it involves anything to do with oddness will always be out there. It's always, right? So I understand that. Newcomers to this case, if you're a newcomer, you might start understanding a little bit of what exactly how YouTube works and the channels work, and how a lot of people backstab and a lot of people try to bring people down and cut. It happens all the time. That's boring to me. It happens all day long. It's not going to go away. It's going to keep being there. But again, the more people that keep talking about it in channels, the more the case stays out there. That's what Seth Rogers for Sebastian Rogers fights for, to keep the awareness out there for his child. But anyways, go ahead, Charmaine.
I'm sorry. No, I totally agree. We're not trying to spin the same drama every single day. We're just trying to go over the information, because that's literally all we can do, unless we want to rehash month-old information. And there's no need to do that, because we're getting a picture painted slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
And by the looks of chat, everybody's got their own thoughts, and it's all over the map. So it literally depends on who you believe, who you trust, what information comes out that kind of rings true to you. And until the RCMP come out with something, there's just no way to prove or disprove any of it, right? It's just who do you trust? And I swear to God, chat they're pretty split. So it'd be interesting if you did like put a 1 in the chat for this and a 2 for that. You should do that right now, because they're pretty split.
I was gonna say, what did I ask in the poll as well? I said, how are you feeling about this case? So it is the case is exhausting my brain. Absolutely. RCMP stumped as well, 9%. Nope, going colder every day, 24%. And 30% feel that it's going to be solved soon. This is definitely one of those double-sided. Again, it happens in so many cases, right? You're taking the information, you're seeing it how you see it, but the truth is out there for sure. My thing is still this. Again, I'm not here to try to protect somebody's feelings on this stuff. It's about Jack and Lily. If the family members care so much about Jack and Lily, right? You're going to do, if you think that they're alive, yeah, you're going to do everything you can. Both sides should be. You're going to be doing everything you can. So unless Malaya's Corner knows differently, which they might, and maybe hence why you don't see a bucket of them barely talking. I mean, and the few that do, you notice them say, like, this has been devastating to us all, So if that's been devastating to you all, why is it crickets in the Malaya Corner? Because that would mean that these close people to Malaya don't know shit all about some hidden kids. So if these close people, friends, family to Malaya, you know what, Malaya just needs a good day out by herself there, whatever the case may be, right? Again, if these family members are saying things like that, it makes me question that whole thing then. Because if it's true that, say, family members might know that they're hidden, I don't think it's this big, it's not this big thing where so many people know. Trust me, it would have come forward by now if that many people know. But if family members of Malaya's side are kind of like, yeah, it's breaking our poor hearts over on this side. We're just devastated ourselves and want answers. Great. Then why isn't Malaya or the family members using their Facebooks, or besides a few of them? There are some, don't get me wrong. There are some. But that's not normal, right? If the children are hidden, I can understand, right? Go on radio silent. If Malaya's side knows that perhaps Daniel's side had something to do, because remember, Malaya's side accused Daniel. Daniel said that himself. Then maybe there's truth to that. Maybe there's not. Maybe there is. It's one of these cases that will make your head spin, because there's just a bunch of mistruths among truths, and you're trying to figure out, is Daniel lying? Is Malea's side guilty? And the bottom line is, that's going to keep going up until some truth busting comes out, or people slip up and say something, and those little lies add up. But at the end of the day, I know this. I know that Daniel's being watched. Anything that comes out here to the public, right? They've already said that, like, to Susan. But anyways, like, there's the team that are internet, right? So this whole, they don't want, like, Malaya might not be talking because of a lawyer. Daniel keeps saying, well, you know what? I keep breaking the rules. I know that they keep telling me to shut up, but I keep breaking the rules. Is that a perception that he wants us to have, or is it true? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, to be honest with you, because there's so much it's like a diarrhea case, right? And you take that bit of stuff, that bit of stuff, that bit of stuff, put it here, put it there, kind of like the timeline Shanna and Daphne are working on. And then you look at it and go, let me make sense of all this. But it should never have been this hard. And if you're fighting for Jack and Lily, right, and people really care about Jack and Lily, why does it seem like pure strangers, besides Belinda, are fighting harder for Jack and Lily's truth? That's pathetic. I don't care how you slice or dice it. That's pathetic. It should not be that way. We're not Jack and Lily's family. We're their army, to be their voice, to bring awareness. Okay, I've talked enough. Go ahead, Kent or Charmaine.
Sky Painter, I just wanted to answer Sky Painter. She asked us, does the RCMP locally even have a forensics team? Well, I can't tell you that. I know quite a few of the RCMP officers. I can't tell you what their special training is or is not, but I can tell you what they have told us. And they have told us, because remember, the RCMP is our national police force. And what they have told us in one of their statements and media releases is that they have 11 different units of the RCMP members and outside analysis, or analysts, I guess is the way you pronounce it in that case, working on this case. So, is there a forensics person stationed in one of the two RCMP detachments in Pictou County all the time? I would say maybe. I can't tell you there is, but I also can't tell you there isn't. But I can tell you within the province of Nova Scotia, and then extending to the RCMP forces across the country, yes, they definitely have speech analysis. They probably have psychics that they work with on continuing basis that they work with. They have behavioral analysis. They have the people that do the lie detectors. So, and on this case, if you go back to one of those press releases by the RCMP Nova Scotia, they stated the 11 different units that they have working on this case.
I'm going to go about another 15 minutes. Charmaine, did you have anything more to add? Are you seeing anything out there you want to tackle?
I did, but it's kind of gone now. There was somebody who said something I thought was kind of funny about, gosh, what were the names? Just like somebody in chat is actually Daniel, and the other name was his new girlfriend. I mean, that was amusing to me. And I mean, it's possible, but at the same time, Daniel's never had a problem coming in here and talking as himself. So, and he had a lot to say in Clutch Them Pearls this afternoon. That's good too. That's good too. I know that Justin is very skeptical of Daniel and everything he says. So brave of him to get on there and join his chat room again, but I keep saying, I think, actually, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it again. But I mean, I don't have anything meaningful to add to this. I think I would like to know numbers wise, who's on, and I don't like to call it sides, but it's side. Who's on what side? Do we think, I don't know, is Daniel, I don't know, how would you put that, Sonny? Is Daniel, I'd say, is Daniel telling the truth or Malaya telling the truth? Because Malaya's not telling anything. So do you think,
How would I put Wyatt? Sorry?
like, do you think Daniel,
I think there's lies all around this whole case.
well, absolutely, but I think the chat is pretty evenly split today
Oh, yeah.
about,
Honestly, at the end of the day, if they feel like they're speaking their truth, so be it. I'm just trying to understand the timeline for Jack and Lily. That's it. The truth. That's it.
yeah.
That's all I want out of this is Jack and Lily to either be brought back home or Jack and Lily's remains to be brought back home and found. And either way, that's what Belinda wants, right? That's what I'm sure a lot of family members want. But that's the goal. That's the end goal is just simply to answers for Jack and Lily. And only we can be their voice, right? And again, to everyone that's putting out posters, that's, doing something, whether it's a YouTube creator, whether you guys are hitting the like and share for Jack and Lily, that's what's important to me. Again, Belinda knows this. I have not and will never lose my focus on what's important. And that's Jack and Lily and answers. That's it. Right? I can't force anyone to tell the truth if they're not telling the truth. That's up to them. I can't twist somebody's arm. The only thing that we're in charge of, doesn't matter what it is in the world, our own thoughts, right? The other one eluded me for a second there. I don't even know why my brain just went totally mush.
Brandy, in case you missed my reply to your question, no, I am not related to them. I didn't know them before Jack and Lily went missing. I'm from Pictou, which is 25 minutes away from where they live, and I'm a concerned community resident, and that's where I'm from. Nova Scotia Blue Noser, we're taking order for the signs because it's a question of the money up front. But Lana, you contact Lana and she will get your name on an order for signs.
That's a really great idea, by the way, the signs. If people want to put signs in their yards and stuff.
Yeah, they're like election signs. They'll have the stand and everything comes with them. We're selling them for $20 a piece, and $10 pays for the sign, and $10 goes to Alana's group to be able to print off other missing persons material.
Shannon, I feel like you really want that information. You know what? I work a full-time job, okay? Again, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I got Janie did a ton of talking, okay? And bless her for that. Honestly, again. Eh? What, Ken?
What?
Okay.
That was just your echo through his microphone. I forgot to mute him. I'll do it now.
Okay. So again, I will do it when I can get through to it. I'm talking, there's a lot of messages, and I want to, like I said, they're Janie's words. I don't want to twist anything. I like to do things right as best as I can. But I know some people are diehards for this information, but I'm sorry. Like I said, it has to be done a certain way, and I have to follow the rules like others that should in that group chat as well. So again, I will go through it when I can. Simple as that. There's a lot. Janie has said a lot. Like, I haven't even listened to the stuff that Janie has said today. I was working. I didn't have time to. Will I go listen to it? Absolutely. Again, I just want a timeline out of it. Just a timeline. That's it. Out of anything. I mean, that's what I want. Whatever you guys want out of this, and your own agenda is to this, that's on you, not me. It's what I want out of this. Awareness for Jack and Lily, first and foremost, and a timeline. Am I expecting to have all the answers myself? Absolutely not. I'm just like you guys, trying to figure it out, trying to make sense of nonsense. Because there's a lot of nonsense that gets muddled in. The longer cases go on, the more muddied the waters get. You should always go back to the start when you're looking at a case and the things that are said. Doesn't make it true still? No. But usually more of the truth is said at the start. Bottom line is, so Malaya had only sent out 2 messages. 2 dates of messages that Belinda shared with me and an interview, right? It's only been, a couple months later, pretty much, that some of the Brookside's been coming out of the woodwork as well. Why? Don't ask me. Why is that happening? Again, I don't know the answers to that. They know the answers. I don't. I'm just going to keep just doing the lives, and new stuff, information comes, and it can clear up a timeline a little bit better or make sense of it, right? But as for if Daniel or Malaya or both, or, did anything to the children, or if they're hidden, if they're buried somewhere, I don't know. Don't know. I have my thoughts and feelings, absolutely. But I'm still always willing to change my projection as more information comes out. Because all I am is looking for the truth of it all. That's it, right? I mean, if someone just stuck to one story on one side and still didn't look at everything, regardless. It has Daniel told a bunch of inconsistencies? Absolutely. Lies? Absolutely. Right? That's up for him to clear up. He doesn't want to clear it up. Maybe he tries, but he's not gonna succeed by doing it through messages. Okay? He's not gonna succeed that way. But he has the opportunity, just like Janie, to speak her truth if he wants to. With Bree, with his own YouTube channel, even with Janie. I wasn't sitting there like, I asked her if she wanted to come up, right? Then I just started getting pissed off because nobody seemed to want to talk, and they're family members. Nobody seemed to want to use their own voice, and they're family members. And I don't got time for games myself. I'm not going to play into anyone's game, right? So it is nice that Janie started using the microphone and started talking. Everyone does things when the timing's right. Daniel doesn't obviously want to. He doesn't want to. He doesn't care to clear it up. That's on him, not me. I'm still going to put out the inconsistencies. I don't care if it comes from Daniel, Malaya, Janie, Darren. I don't care. If there's inconsistencies in what's being said, right, then we have to look at that. Why is that being inconsistent? And if the person doesn't want to answer back to why it's inconsistent, again, what am I supposed to do? Hog tie them down? Force them to tell me answers that they don't want to? No. Jenny can go on whatever, like I said, she found their little place there in the Jack and Lily's army, a place, where she can feel comfortable and talk and stuff like that. So good on her. Like I said, I got no control over that. I'm glad she is. Absolutely. Because we want to hear more about this darn timeline, right? We want to make sense of the gaps. We want to make sense. Once the gaps start filling themselves in, the more it makes sense. Okay, Kent, did you want to say anything to that? Or Charmaine?
Just because a few people are just saying they're popping in. Short note, Gary. If you're not a member of Lana's group, which anybody, as of today, with what was going on, Lana can correct me if she's wrong, but they're not going to be accepting any other members to that group. It's a private group. It's not a public group. But she was asking if she can go and see it. So if you're not already a member, you'll have to wait until it comes out on the CBC, and then I'm sure it'll be all over YouTube, and we'll all be discussing it.
Yes.
And I'm sure that people will be referring back to what she said in the Facebook chat groups and comparing it, because that seems to be the way things work.
I was going to say, right. Well, Janie did make a comment in the chat, and she said, I've answered more questions in here than I've done in my interview. So that, I remember her saying that. And the thing is that, yeah, when the interview comes out, you will know the gist of the timeline as what Janie has said, okay? Again, so you'll hear it from her own mouth or whatever Darren has to say as well, because Darren does have information regardless, right? He's like, not everything he's doing is mimicking Daniel and Janie, right? He is from the Malaya Brook side over there, the family. So again, more, more liquid gold is what I call it.
It also depends on how much CBC edits that interview as well.
True. Absolutely.
So, and like, as far as wanting to be a member of that group, don't take offense to them not adding you at this point. There were a number of people removed today. The protecting, I guess, Janie's wishes to not share that stuff publicly at this point has to be protected. Otherwise, she'll stop talking. It's just that simple. So, and because so many people had to be removed today because something happened, I mean, they're shutting her down. There's nobody else going in there as far as I know.
Yep. Well, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
The more people there are, and there's always going to be the untrustworthy ones that are in there. It will always happen. Like I said, I have spoken in not even a lot, to be honest. I've spoken very little in the general chat one. I don't like that type of drama myself. I've spoken very little. I've spoken very little in Lana's because mostly I'm just there to observe information. Maybe somebody's putting something in there that I didn't notice before, something like that. But the bigger the group becomes, the more people that can be untrustworthy. It always happens, right? At the end of the day, again, I don't like Facebook groups. I really don't. I do appreciate Lana's private one. As for the other Facebook group, I look in it very little. I've spoken in it very little. Those type of ones can be very toxic. And I'm not there just to have people kind of bash each other. Opinions get very strong. Everyone argues. Why? Why are they arguing? Right? Everyone's telling each other to shut up or this or that. Alana and Bree keep very much control as best as they can in the private one, because it's there that they want to give the family members a safe place that they can talk. And again, and it has rules. And I will, as much as I don't like the rules, I will abide by the rules, because I respect Lana, I respect Bree, I respect Belinda, and I'm going to honor their wishes. I'm going to look at everything that I can, obviously. But again, without your own integrity, and trust, then you have nothing. Anyway, I'm just there to get answers for Jack and Lily. That's it. I'm not there to sit there and, be everyone's best friend. I'm not. If people don't like this channel, okay, have a good day. Life goes on, right? No different if you guys don't like somebody. Life goes on. It is what it is. Just want to bring love and awareness to Jack and Lily. And answers. Truthful answers. Get that timeline. Kent, We're gonna head off here in a sec. Any last minute thoughts?
Just be kind to everybody. Everybody is going through the same thing. We might get frustrated with people not talking, but they will either talk or the RCMP will come out and give us answers. I do have faith that the RCMP will get their man or woman. That's sort of the motto, is they always get their person. People can say what they want, but that's my belief.
I hear some members' music going off. Oh, Charmaine, that's you. So you do love me
Sometimes.
beyond your Ichiban noodles, ramen noodles.
It was a Rickroll day.
Okay, it's a Rickroll day. You needed some. Okay, well, let's quickly say who got that. 1 second. Jack and Lily. 1 sec. That's why it's going off.
So, Shelly, if you want to gift memberships, you have to be on your browser. You can't do it from your YouTube app, but you can do it from your browser if you're watching the live stream. Right in your chat box where you would put super chat or something. I think it's a little $sign, whatever. It says membership gifting. You can go in there. You can give 1, 5, 10, all the way up to like $200 worth of memberships. But it has to be on your browser. It can't be from your phone app.
Now, yeah, thank you so much. And then just quickly, the people that got Charmaine's memberships, please make sure to thank Charmaine. Amenti, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Amenti got one. Roxy got one. White Shed Recordings, Truth and Beauty 25, and Sandy Johnson got one. So,
really quickly, Sunny, can I just explain, Missy and anybody else, to be eligible to get a random YouTube or gifted membership? There is, when you first come into a live stream, and if you haven't done it yet, you have to enable gifts on that channel. And I believe it's at the top of the chat. Where would it be? There's like 3. Yeah, there's like, I don't know how to. Oh boy. So up over here, it's right over here. There's like a 3 thing.
dots.
If you don't have memberships enabled or gifting enabled, I believe it's one of the drop down things that's in there. Just go in there right now and see if you can enable gifts. So the next time somebody gifts one, then you're put into that, and it's completely random. I don't choose who gets the memberships that I gift. Nobody does. It's random. So, but you have to have your gifts enabled for every channel.
Mm-hmm. I can hardly wait to get my Jack and Lily stuff, Lana. She's like,
Me too.
Yeah. Did you order some for me?
I haven't offered to pay for. Yeah, I offered to pay for Pure later if we get a postal strike. Just let me know if there's a postal strike.
Oh,
I
they're
will
not
pay for
threatening
Pure.
another one, are they? Sick of these
I
freaking
want
postal
one.
strikes. Seriously, sick of these postal strikes.
No, I think they signed, did they not?
I don't know. I don't think so. They had a temporary thing that expired, I believe, on May 26th, but I haven't heard anything since. So I don't know.
Well, I know, Missy, but it's kind of hard sometimes when there's like right now, like 336 people in the room. You know, sometimes I get memberships, you know, like I pop in a channel, next thing you know, and I gifted them or got a membership from somebody. Typically, I never use them anyway, like meaning I get them, but I never usually go to, I don't go to many people's channel. I like to watch certain people's content creators. But again, doing lives to keep awareness for Jack and Lily, working. Oh, by the way, this was me at work today. Okay. You guys have no idea how tired. There was nothing that was taken away from this tiredness today. Okay, could have been the diabetes and eating ice cream last night, anything to cool me down. But I was literally, had my, I'm a customer service agent at head office, and I have my thing on, and I'm sitting there like, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second, I legit was sleeping straight up with my eyes closed. I don't know how long I was out for. I just know that the phone didn't ring, and my time being green was 13 minutes and something. But I was like, did my boss walk by me as I was doing this? I did tell him, though. I did tell him I was super tired and hot on there. But anyways, that was me a couple times at work. You guys, I literally, even doing this live, I was like, I got home, I swear I was flapping on the bed, and I wasn't going to do a live today. But then all of a sudden this spurge of energy comes up. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do a live. Some got theirs today. Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't get mine, but I'm like totally West Coast, right, Charmaine? We're totally West Coast over here. Uh-huh. Absolutely. If anyone wants to share their pictures with me of Jack and Lily and an item that you purchased, I will gladly, put them up on the screen. Now, I'm not going to lie. Whenever I ask people if they want to do something special for any of the cases I've covered, most people suck ass and don't do anything. I might have one person that does something. Okay. So that opportunity is there again. At crimingshame@gmail.com. If anyone gets their bracelets or their items that they purchased and want to take a picture, I will gladly make a nice video just to, on a live to show all those people that wish to share with me. So feel free if you want. And if you don't want, don't. But I'm willing to do that. I'm always willing to do stuff like that for the public. Just to say, hey, you know what? Let me show you a little something that you did that you wanted to do, right? Just kind of like Russell McDonald, the beautiful song for Jack and Lily's awareness tribute. Or I can't think of the other guy's name. I think his name was something Clayton. Sorry, dude. But he made that song. Then there was someone that wrote that really nice poem, stuff like that. I always show appreciation because that means that someone literally took time, right, Lana? You guys know this. They take time out of their lives to go, you know what? I really care about this case. And some cases just grab your heart beyond repair. You want answers, but as parents, as caring individuals, anyone could never imagine being put in the shoes of the family members that are just wishing and praying for Lily and Jack to come back. These are children. These children were out there one day, gone the next. That's all we know. Are they alive? Are they not alive? Your decision, your thoughts. But all I know is that it breaks my heart to even have to look at this picture as a parent. First and foremost, as a parent. But the struggles, like when I asked Belinda, how's your sleeping? Because I know she looks at my messages at weird times that I feel like she should be sleeping. And she probably thinks that I should be sleeping. But I asked her, just like a lot of people, even the people that aren't family, this is on my mind. Every day I go to work, unless I'm being distracted by a phone call, right? In my downtime, on my break, I'm looking at things, right? Because when I go to bed, I'm thinking about Jack and Lily. When I wake up, I'm thinking about Jack and Lily. Because it takes hold of your heart, right? Many people that understand this, right? People that care understand that feeling. Oh my God, it's support with Steph. Sakes, what's she doing? A troll. I was trying to be incognito in little Frank's chat a year ago, and I got gifted a membership. I support with Steph. I know there's nothing worse than being incognito, eh? And then getting busted on there.
Yeah, being a lurker or a troll, and then all of a sudden, oh, Charmaine was gifted a membership. I was like, shit. Same thing, Little Frank and Gray Hughes. And, well, I was gifted a membership to Dolly the other night, so it's interesting.
By the way, those buddy benches, Not that we want to see. Well, you know what? That's a lie. I would like to see those buddy benches for Jack and Lily, regardless of the outcome. Those are the most cutest little buddy benches I ever did see. They are gorgeous. Actually, Alana, can you send me that picture of the buddy benches? Can you just send me a quick picture? Like, regardless, I would love to see these buddy benches because Jack and Lily meant something to a lot of people. And it's not just family members, it's to the children at school, the bus driver, right? A lot of people that got to know Jack and Lily, right? So it would be amazing. Um, how much are these buddy benches anyway? They're so cute. I want to see those. I want to see a picture of those buddy benches again. If you could, Alana, please. That would be amazing. Um, oh, okay. And just by the way, Nova did send me an article that says the alert was issued at approximately 5:27 for the second one.
Wow, thank you.
Wait, what's that?
Look at the screen.
Oh, sorry. I was totally looking at a different screen, Anon. Okay, don't make me cry.
Good, thank you. Wow.
Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you, Anon. I appreciate that.
It's for the buddy benches. What is a buddy bench? I need to know now.
For the buddy benches. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. I will make sure. Now, Alana, just so you know, YouTube does take 30% of that. Just so you know, Anon. Okay? So for anyone that says that or does something like that and says for buddy benches, just know YouTube does take 30% of your guys' money on there. Now, if you guys, of course, let me say this. If anyone does want to put donations for buddy benches, do it through the PayPal where they don't take the money. Okay. Now, no, I'm sorry, I didn't say that, because that way I can easily pull it into my bank and all I need to do is send it to Alana. Okay. Because I just literally do the bank transfer, just so you know. So if anyone does, because I'm going to put money towards that too. I want the buddy, but Alana, can you get the buddy benches made, like, regardless? If people do want to help out with that part of it, you know, like, I know you're saving for that and all that stuff, but you tell me, Alana. So I want to, and I want to clear this up too, if anyone doesn't know. So any of the super chats that you guys see in July, just so you know, just so you guys are very much aware, they get paid out in August. Okay, just so you know, that's how YouTube works. It's always a month behind on that. So if anyone does want to do it, send it to the PayPal that's in the description of this video called Bless Your Caring Hearts. And Alana can show receipts that I'll send her whatever money that somebody wants to put towards the buddy benches. Absolutely. I know. Okay. They're like loan sharks. But you know what? It's a business. That's why you guys get ads. Somebody said, Sunny, can you turn off the ads? And I'm like, honestly, no. I mean, I sit here for hours on end. If anything's going to happen, I'm getting my freaking YouTube revenue. If somebody doesn't have and they don't pay for ads so that they don't see them, that's not a me problem. But do I deserve YouTube ad revenue for the live streaming I do? Absolutely. I don't beg for donations or anything like that. But if there's one thing that I don't mind taking is YouTube ad revenue. And YouTube, it's I don't even think that you can actually turn it off. The only way you can't even turn off, I don't believe. Meaning if you buy, like I have the premium service of YouTube because I hate ads, you know? send card cash. Yeah, I'm just putting that out there. That if anyone does, you don't have to, but if you do happen to send a PayPal for the buddy benches, make sure in the notes that you put buddy benches. Okay. All right. Just to be clear on that. What do you mean you're back? You didn't hear shit that I said? She didn't hear shit that I said?
I didn't see her in chat. No, I was like, she's talking to Alana. I don't know if Alana's here.
Okay. Alana, do you have a picture of those buddy benches, Alana, that you can just put in Messenger right now? A screenshot? What? I didn't even know she was gone, so I was talking to her like she was here. I use YouTube to meditation a lot, so yeah, I pay premium. Absolutely. I hate commercials. All day long, all day long. That's one of my best features is no YouTube ads. Yeah, we want to see the buddy benches. Nah. No PayPal. No, I'm not talking about your PayPal. I said if people in this chat room happen to send money to my PayPal, I can send it to yours, to your bank. Because obviously PayPal, it takes it literally takes a day or two to come out of PayPal. That's what I'm talking about. Only because Anon donated $50 to the buddy benches. And I was telling Anon that YouTube takes 30% of that money. That money gets paid out in August. But I'm saying to you, if people do want to send, right, I would obviously send it just right to you if they did. But can the children get benches regardless? Right? Because honestly, I want Jack and Lily. You know, I'll absolutely throw $100 in myself. Ooh, it's my payday tomorrow. Yay. You must. Okay. So, but Anon, that was very generous and kind and sweet for Jack and Lily. Okay. Thank you. Good evening, Christina Rain. On there. You know, some a-hole is going to come around going, you know, it's a crime and shame. They're getting money now. Ken, did you want to say something? Forgot you were down there, Squeaker.
I'm usually gone to sleep by now. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I say, the buddy benches are something they use at the school that the kids know is a safe place, or if they need to talk to somebody. Also, they do them a lot of time in memorials for kids. So that's where the concept sort of came from. But yeah, I just want to wish everybody a good night. Be kind.
Wait.
I'm going to drop off and say goodbye.
1 second. No. Wait 1 second. Dude, I'm going to call you out on this because everybody saw it. You were picking your nose for a good 2 to 3 minutes on that live yesterday, and I was too busy talking. I didn't even see it.
Yeah, well, it was itchy.
You know
I
what?
had my comments up, and I didn't think anybody could see me until they said, "No, we can still see you."
You were like right up
That's
there.
when I went and dropped my camera off.
Okay, wait, I got to tell you though, dude, I never laughed. My husband literally ran into the room because I was screeching so loud, laughing so hard because I had no clue until Charmaine asked me, did you see it 9:47? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, and I started reading the comments and I was watching it. So my husband, I'm not kidding you. I laughed so freaking hard. My stomach hurt so bad. But my husband literally come in the room and he's like, what's wrong? He's going, like, is there a bird that flew in the window? And I'm like, no, that was just me laughing.
Well, I'm glad I was able to make you laugh.
You know what, Ken? You know, right? My husband's ass was shown on a live once, okay? He literally, I goofed up and hit the on button from the camera. As soon as I hit that on button, his ass sat up out of the bed. And then all of a sudden Frank's like, Sonny, is that your husband's ass right there? I'm like, oh my God.
Alana says, check your messages from Kim. And on
Anyway,
that bit, everybody, we'll see you later.
All right, dude. Take care. Thanks, Ken. Go to sleep. You know he's not going to sleep early. Okay. Good night. Okay, let's see. Are my messages there now? Where am I supposed to check in? Who? Who said, what did he say, Charmaine?
Checking your, it said check your messages from somebody.
Yeah, that's what he said. Ken, I know you're listening still, dude. Yeah.
I'm looking here.
That was a freaking laugh and a half.
Oh my God.
Don't even get me thinking about it again.
Oh, it was before Vanessa came in, I think.
Hey?
No, I can't find it. Whoever asked Sunny to check her messages, please ask again because we cannot find it in chat.
Maybe it's on a
Here it is. Lana said, Sunny, check message from Kim. Lana, is that messenger or email from Kim?
Are you talking about let me just look in my email. I think Shanna shared another timeline. I think. Oh no, that's not that. No. Okay, so maybe she's talking about the It's a Crime and Shame email, which I keep forgetting to look at. I apologize, you guys. I always forget about that darn It's a Crime and Shame messenger stuff on there. And how much are these benches, did we say? Do we know? How much are these benches, Alana?
I didn't hear anything about the price. I don't know.
The buddy benches? You sit on they're so cute. Okay, let me look at my It's a Crime and Shame chat, I suppose. Why is everything so difficult? Yeah.
I don't think anything was put in there recently. No, Lewis did.
Wait, why is it saying content? Hate Facebook. Shut up, Facebook. Hate Facebook. It's not letting me look. I hate you, Facebook. You suck ass. I hate you. I dread you. Except for Messenger. That's my favorite. And to be honest with you, the only reason why I see the Facebook things is because it shows up on my freaking iPad in my Messenger. My regular Messenger. Good night, Sherry. Wasn't going to eat. That made me laugh. Don't even get me going, okay? Because you guys have no idea. I was even at work today telling a couple people because I was laughing so hard. And I couldn't even tell it without laughing so hard.
I was just re-listening to your messages last night and I had a sip of Diet Coke and it just shot out my nose. It was so painful.
It happened to me too. I was sitting there and I seen somebody's comment. Thanks, Guy Painter. I sent it to your email. So at crimeandshame@gmail.com. Okay. So yeah, Charmaine, I literally was drinking apple juice and literally someone's comment someone basically said something about, and I said something like, maybe someone should tell Kent that he's on camera. I didn't even see. I was too busy yapping that I didn't even notice. Anyways, and then the person underneath that said, "Well, you're not." Well, something like, "Well, you're not supposed to eat it," and then bubbles of apple juice. Ken, thank you. I can't. Oh my God, stop! I can't. 1 second. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay. Seriously. Every time I was watching that I seen comments, I was like, how did I miss this entire thing? How did I miss all these comments?
Oh my god.
Well,
It's
Ken.
terrible. I feel so bad.
Okay.
I mean, don't stay tuned, Kent, I'm sure. Stay tuned.
You know what? If you can't laugh at yourself sometimes, oh my goodness.
Oh,
Best freaking laugh I had in a long time.
it's terrible.
Okay, I got the email. Okay, 1 sec. Okay, I got my eyes. Just 1 second. Seriously. Sorry, Kent. Laughing with you, Kent.
Absolutely. I apologize deeply from the bottom of my heart. But I can't believe it.
Stop. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta focus. Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, grow up, Sonny. Grow the heck up, Charmaine. That's enough. Okay, stop. Okay, we gotta show these benches. They're so gorgeous.
I can't stop. Oh, I can't stop.
I know, Sergeant. I mean, that was funny as shit, dude. I never laughed so hard. I'm not kidding you. Okay. We'll get through this, Charmaine. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see this one. How adorable is that? How gorgeous is that? Absolutely. Those are beautiful. And sorry, Alana, how much are these buddy benches? Did we say?
I would love to know how much they are.
I know. Oh, Kent. I love you, buddy. Aw, that's sweet of you, Belinda. Absolutely. Very sweet. Yep. He said he was the Sherry. Okay, let's see the next one. Okay, this is my least favorite myself. Wait, I'm not even sharing it. Hold on. I guess I gotta remove. Add to, nope. Already had that one. Right, remove. Okay, hold on. Remove from studio. Okay, my stomach hurts. Stop it. Gotta take this down, remove. Making myself some space here. So this is personally my least favorite that I'm going to show you myself. Because the other ones are just too darn cute. Now this is cute. Buddy bench. But it doesn't, it's just, There's that one. Any feelings on this one, people? The middle ones are 2,000 if I remember correctly.
The wood ones are probably more expensive, hey?
I was expecting someone to say more like 500 each. I was not expecting 2,000.
Well, but if could you get husband to do like a quote on a buddy bench, and I'll get Ian to also do a quote on a buddy bench, and I mean maybe it's just this manufacturer that's.
Yeah, because it's not like one of those things that you would want to ship from here to there. because they'll charge you an arm and a leg just to do that. Wait, I've been looking at a few, but look at this one. Look at that one. Like, that's not a hard one to make, really. Anyone out there?
Cute.
Because anyone, like that one's kind of simple to make, to be honest with you. The other one has more of the curvature wood. That's more difficult. But isn't that so cute?
It's adorable.
Nah, I was totally expecting. Really? No, that's a flipping rip-off then, Vanessa. You might as well just, here's my arm, here's my leg. That's crazy. No, no, no. That right there, like, in all fairness, maybe what? 150 to 200 bucks worth of wood, not including labor, but of wood. Okay, no 2,000 bucks. That's just highway robbery right there.
Yeah, unless it's including shipping and handling and insurance and blah blah blah. But I mean, like I said, I could get Ian to give me a quote on what something like that would cost him to make, and I bet you it's not $2,000. I bet you. We just did an entire house with cupboards.
It's got to be special, absolutely. It's got to be special. Well, again, Anon, thank you for your pledges of allegiance to Jack and Lily. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Adjust the max. Yeah, absolutely. Because, I mean, okay, first of all, let's just say this, okay? And I'm just speaking off the top of my tongue here. It's easy to buy a bench. And then you got those people that are in that area that are creative. And that would literally make beautiful benches. I know Sunny's creative on there. Thank you. All right. But okay, guys, I went half an hour longer than I actually wanted to on this one. Thank you for that additional end laugh there, Kent. Appreciate that. Don't even get me started. Okay. I could never go back and watch it. I would literally be rolling on the floor laughing if I had to do it again. On there. Benches can be locker room style or park bench. But anyways, I'd say, well, either or, regardless, I wanted their names carved in it. I'll fix your typo for you, Alana. Carved in it. I want one with bugs and dinosaurs. Absolutely. And there's, but there's got to be someone that is watching a live that lives in that area that's like, I can do that for you. At a certain fee, of course. Right? Look at that beautiful lighthouse that was left right there near the police station at the garden. Anyways, regardless, well, you take your van life down there. Will you take your van life down there? I'm not even sure where Vanessa lives, to be honest. Can't remember.
Ontario.
Oh, is Vanessa Ontario? Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, they got to be special. Anyways, Kent, you still on a Summer Street Industries or one of the high school carpentry programs might take that on. Ooh.
Sunny, if you could email me that picture there, and maybe that's something that I can have done as a donation. Yeah. Like just one as a donation, and the kids at their school could decorate it themselves, or you know what I mean? They can put whatever Lana wants on it. Just one, and then however you guys want, if you wanted to order $2,000. What?
Here you go, Troll. Sending it to you.
Me, I'm Troll.
Yeah.
You guys don't see what I do when the camera's off on my end.
Unicorns for Lily. Unicorns for Lily, dinosaurs for Jack, and giraffes for Meadow. I know. And Jackie Boy, Belinda calls Jack Jackie Boy. She's our little princess. I know. Anyways, you guys. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna head off of here. You guys, this is what I'm talking about though, the love and the care, of working together. Because when you do work together, you can get things done. So I say that again to Janie and Daniel and any other family members out there, right? You could have a whole army of people supporting and helping you guys, if you just ask, right? It's about Lily and Jack, and no matter what part of it someone wants to be part of, like, don't get me wrong, I understand that Janie's not, a young, she's like 4 years older than me. She has some health issues going on, but there's, again, it's people out there are willing to help, you know, with or without you, to be honest with you. But, if you really want answers for Lily and Jack, and stuff like that, you got an army of people. So we are the army for Lily and Jack, regardless. Um, Again, thank you to everyone that has been a voice for timeline stuff, Lily and Jack. People, whether you're here, family member, whatever, right? Um, Again, thank you, Belinda, for being an absolute warrior for Lily and Jack. And no one can ever stop me from saying that, because she's been there right from the beginning. Wow, once she accepted my friend's request on there. But I love the feistiness and spirit of anyone, regardless. It's what I have. And it takes people and voices to get things done. Get her done. Get her done. I'm going to kick you ass. Which one? Just kidding, Kent. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much. If you haven't hit the like and share button, thank you so much. I appreciated looking at these beautiful benches and stuff like that. I'm looking so forward to getting my items for Jack and Lily and show you guys mine that I got here. I do need to order some more stuff as well. So love you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you, Belinda, for staying up. Thank you, Kent. Thank you, Charmaine. And I'm going to go have some ice cream. No sugar added. Well, it just means no extra sugar added, to be honest with you. But you guys take care, okay, guys? You guys have a great night. Thank you to Shanna and Daphne, of course, for the timeline there. And I know there's more stuff to add to it. It will keep happening and stuff like that. And Lily and Jack for answers. All right, let's all give Lily and Jack a big mwah. Okay, before we go. Lily and Jack. Mwah. I always used to do this with my niece and nephews. They'd blow a kiss, I'd go in, and then I would teach them to do this. They'd catch it. Yep. So Lily and Jack. Thank you guys. Take care. Have a great night. Bless all. Night, guys.
A Norfolk night, the world is cold. We stand surrounded, we are not alone. Within my reverie, there's holy light. Without an honor, we stand and fight. And